Good morning, Connection Church. This is Pastor Doug. I just wanted to send you a message here at the end of the week. And number one, let you know I'm praying for you. I'm very excited about what God is doing at Connection Church. And I very much value the sense of family that we have at Connection Church. Not a close knit family, but a family that's open to other people coming and being a part of what God is doing at Connection Church. In our short history, God has blessed us, and we are very thankful to Him for what He's done. And you were a part of that, and you're a part of our church family. And so I'm very thankful to have you as friends and fellow believers as we walk this journey of following Jesus. I wanted to remind you about a couple things that are ongoing at Connection Church. Been reminding you now since the first of the year about a big three, that we are praying for people, that we're encouraging people, that we are inviting people. And I want you to know we've already seen God use that in great ways, and it's very exciting to hear your stories about how you are inviting your friends to come to church, how you even have been able to just be an encouragement to them. So I want to challenge you to keep pressing forward as we step into the month of March. We think about Easter. This is just a perfect time for you to just take that to the next level. We live in an area that Easter is a big part of our culture, even for people who don't normally attend church. And so for Connection Church, it is a great time for us to invite people who may not know Jesus, who may be out of church, who may not even have a church connection at all, to come and be a part of a worship service on Easter. We'll keep our regular times, and we'll be very, very excited about that day to celebrate the risen Savior Jesus Christ, who's made a difference in our lives. But I want you to just begin now thinking about who you might invite. More than just one person. I encourage you, put 10 people on your list. Think about who you can invite to come and be a part of our worship services that day. I will tell you, on Easter Sunday, we're going to be using it as a commissioning service for our launch in Sturgis this week. We were able to secure the lease on the building that many of you prayed for and have been praying for months now. We're going to be able to launch services the Sunday following Easter, April 3rd, at the Sturgis Community Center in their auditorium. Just a great space there. We're very excited to be working with them and using that space. And we believe God's going to use Jared and Andrea and the small groups that have already been meeting, those volunteers and core group that's there to help us reach that city for Christ. You know, Sturgis is often known for evil and for the rally and for the negativity that kind of comes along with that. But we want to be able to change that mindset, because that town desperately needs Jesus, and we're praying that God would use Connection Church to be a sounding of the gospel for a city that desperately needs Christ. Also, want to just remind you about a couple things that are coming up very quickly. Got the ladies retreat coming up. Ladies, you need to sign up. Guys, you need to be encouragement to your wife. Help her get there. Take care of the kids. Make sure the finances are there so that your wife can be a part of this great weekend that's coming up. Also want to remind you about our church-wide fellowship Sunday night at the Spearfish Rec Center. Going to just be meeting and hanging out. We'll have some bounce houses there for the family. Be a great time not only for you and your family to be there. You can bring a potluck dish of just finger foods and stuff. But we're also going to get to hang out as a church family. Be a great time for you to invite a friend who maybe doesn't have a church, and this might be a first step to be able to have them come and meet some people at Connection Church. Lastly, I want you to begin praying for and also thinking about how you can be involved in a college worship night that Jeffrey is leading our college ministry to do on the campus of BH March 22nd. Going to need some volunteers for that. We have always had a passion for Black Hills State, and believe that God has given that to Connection Church as a place of service and a place where we are praying that we see a revival happen. And so I want to encourage you to begin to think if you can be a part of that night and come and serve. Young, old, everybody is needed. And so I want to just encourage our college ministry. So thankful for what Jeffrey and Jill and the college leadership team has done to help us reach that campus for Christ. And so let's encourage the work there and pray that God would use that night to lead some people to Jesus. Lastly, I just want to encourage you as a person who gets this email, you have a connection to Connection Church. And if this is your church, I want to encourage you in 2016 to figure out how you can plug in, how you can be a volunteer in different areas. We're going to be letting you know about some areas at Connection Church that are some things that we've already known that are a need, and then some things that are going to be some continuing ongoing needs, even some new positions that we have with even our video to take to Sturgis and some other areas where you can volunteer. But if this is your church, don't just sit in the seat. Get involved. Get plugged in. We also need you to give. We don't hound on money a lot at Connection Church, but this is a very important year for us as a church because we are trying to make sure that we can stand on our own. We've had some incredible churches that have come around us and supported the work of Connection Church, but now it's our job to carry our own load and to make sure that we're taking care of the ministry and the work of Connection Church so that we can continue to grow not only in Spearfish, but to be able to share the gospel, and like we have in Belle Fourche and Sioux Falls and Sturgis. And we believe that God's called us to go to other areas like Deadwood and Lead and across our region. And so your giving makes a difference. And so I know for many of you, a tithe or an offering is something new to your life. And so I would just encourage you to just begin. And even if it's a small portion, or if it's not even a full tithing of your income, I would encourage you to begin, because God's going to bless you as you're faithful to Him, and as we're faithful to God spiritually and financially and with our resources and our time. God blesses our church and God blesses our life. And you guys know Connection Church has been very blessed to see so many things happen. And so we're very excited to do this as a church family. So step up, be a part of what God would have you to do. And together we'll get to see the work of God continue at Connection Church. I love being your pastor. I love serving alongside you. I'm excited. Hope to see you on this Sunday, and we'll worship God together. God bless you. Have a good week.